All right. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. And before I get into the video, I just wanted to share with you something kind of funny. I uh, I watched a video about Centennial Island. Now I don't know if any of you know about that, but it's an island that sits off the coast of Madagascar that has an uncontacted tribe, a very small tribe, as a matter of fact, and they have killed people that came to visit them. So they're very hostile. And this guy that was like a missionary went there, and I think the first day he went, they shot at him and missed. And then he was stupid enough to have these fishermen bring him back again and drop him off because he was going to give them the Bible. And they watched this tribe kill him. The fishermen seen him be killed. And then some people's boat had problems, and it started washing up on the shore of this island. So they were rescued, and as they were being rescued, they were being shot at by arrows. And so they just left the boat. And I was cruising around checking this island out on Google Maps to see if maybe you could see like a hut in the jungle or something. And I'll be darned, I found that boat. They left it there, and there's the boat. And you would think that tribe would like use pieces of that boat or try to take it apart or something. It's just wild that it sits there and they don't touch it. But I just thought that was kind of funny. If you haven't seen any of those videos, check it out, Centennial Island. But anyway, what a sad state of affairs we see here.
When you
Were you one of the first artists that in the country scene that kind of made it off of social media?
I would say me and Kane Brown probably were like the first two.
You know, we got Tom McDonald in one day, almost 1 million views, and then Upchurch 2 days, barely 300. And it shouldn't be that way. And creeksquad, this is your fault. Yeah, it's partly Ryan's fault and it's partly your fault. You guys done this together. And I'm going to tell you something, Ryan. It saddens me to know that you're as talented, if not more talented, than any of them. Certainly, Tom McDonald, Luke Combs, Chase Matthews. And it's a shame that you don't have good management around you, and you've allowed this small sect of fans to start destroying your reputation and your credibility, while you shun your level-headed fans that try to give you some feedback that you just wholeheartedly reject. And that is why Tom McDonald has 1 million views in just one day and not you, and it should be the other way around. And it certainly could be, because if it was just about the talent, absolutely, it would be. But sadly, there's just too much negativity, too much toxicity. And when Luke Combs signed that deal, and then shortly after that, Morgan Wallen got caught up in that N-word controversy. And then next thing you know, they were coming after Luke Combs for the rebel flag stuff. You took the low road, Ryan, instead of taking the high road. For one, you've never gave Luke credit for his part of the song. It's always, every time you talk about it, it's he's never done anything good except for the one song he did with you, and that's just not true. Luke's very talented, very good singer, got a heck of a voice, all those things, right? And he's just as big a part of that song Outlaw as you are, but you don't seem to want to give him any credit. But then you literally question why he doesn't return the favor when he has the opportunity. And it's like, you know, there the guy was, he was put in an impossible position because it was, you know, we all know how toxic the left can be, and social media is left leaning and all that. And if Luke would have tried to take a stand over that stupid silliness, rebel flag stuff This Southern heritage stuff that just, he would have lost his career. And that'd just be tragic and dumb, really. Frankly, it'd be dumb. He did the right thing by saying, look, I'm sorry for being insensitive to a large part of the population, because that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. You know, the people that argue about the Southern heritage, hey, that argument's going to go on forever. You're never going to solve it. The people that see the rebel flag as a symbol of a very bad time in this country, they're not going to change their minds either. So why would Luke Combs, of all people, be the one that needs to die on that hill and sacrifice a career over it? And so I don't blame him. And you should have just been supportive. You should have said, well, Luke's a really talented guy. It's no wonder he got such a great record deal. And yeah, I can understand why he'd want to distance himself from that. I mean, just be supportive of other artists, Ryan, instead of just jump at the opportunity to stomp them and then stomp them some more if they're down or backed in a corner or something. You come across like you're the only one capable of making a decent decision, and that's just not true. And then you act like these guys without you, they're just completely worthless. The only good song Chase Matthews ever done was the one he did with you, where I have no doubt if he was still under your label and he put the same song out, we'd hear how good it was. But no, instead you wanted to drag him, okay? You wanted to drag him and just turn it into a big, huge negative. And then so Crack Squad jumps on the bandwagon too. So he not only has to deal with you trash mouthing him for just ego stuff, but Crack Squad leaving negative reviews to songs they never even listened to that they would have gave a positive review to had he just not signed with Warner. So it was never about the talent. It was about you dissing him or not dissing him. And then you wonder why. You literally have the gall to wonder why when they're put in a position where they could praise you, they don't. Why would they? Why would Luke Combs sit there on the Joe Rogan show and say, well, Ryan Upchurch, man, we did that awesome song together, Outlaw, man, and he was really good on that part of his song, man, and we did that together, and I really believe that led to me getting my record deal, and Ryan's just a great guy. Wouldn't it be wonderful if that's what Luke could have sat there on the Joe Rogan podcast and said? And I truly, honestly believe, knowing what just little I know about the guy, had you never said that negative crap about him, that's probably what he would have done. He would have probably took that opportunity to praise you and brag about you. So it's just a damn shame that here are these golden opportunities for you to shine, people you worked with, making it nationally, and yet you leave them no choice but just to not mention you at all, because if they did say something, they don't have anything good to say because you've been slandering them. And I can tell you right now, the kind of guy Chase is, as humble as that kid is, there ain't a doubt in my mind, had you not slandered him when he took that deal, Ryan, every time somebody talked to him, he would have bragged you up. So right there's two very golden opportunities you missed to shine when it was time to shine. And it's just a shame. And I think it's due to poor management. Now, take a look at this clip.
As always, I love y'all, but we gotta have a very serious conversation, man. Recently, I posted about an experience I had at a vegan restaurant a little while ago, Earth to Us, and people are taking this just a bit too far. Some people have chosen to leave fake reviews on their page that have never been there. It's so bad that Yelp has disabled all comments due to the influx of negative reviews. I love everyone that supports me in this platform, but I need for you to stop. There's people calling the restaurants, there's people sending DMs, there's people sending emails, threatening the owner of this business. At this point, the cops are involved. Why? Because there's people that are fearing for their life at this point. People that had nothing to do with this situation are now afraid to come to work due to the amount of threats that they've received on a daily basis. Once again, I don't stand for that. All right? Please stop.
And see, now this is a guy that just does food reviews, but he has sense enough to know that if his fans are out there attacking and slandering people, that's going to reflect on him. And for the life of me, Ryan, I don't have any idea why you would want this little sect of dirtbags out here just hassling people right and left, and just building a big, huge circle jerk of negativity around you. It's not good. We can see it. You cannot claim the number one independent artist thing anymore. These numbers don't lie. And it shouldn't be that way. And it's that way because of the negativity and poor management and crack squad. And I just hate to see somebody as talented as you let this petty crap destroy your career. Ryan, it's time for you to separate yourself from crack squad. And it's time for you to set crack squad straight. Tell them to quit doing that crap to people. You're independent, so you can't afford to have any negativity. You have got to be able to have every opportunity for your name to be put out there in a national spotlight. Every opportunity. And if you'd have never had anything but good things to say about Luke Combs, I guarantee you that's all he would have ever said about you. And the same thing with Chase Matthews. If all you'd have ever said was great things about that kid, I guarantee you every opportunity he got, he'd rub your back too. But sadly, we're not there. And then you've got all this negativity with Crack Squad just absolutely turning people off. If you don't think that kind of crap doesn't turn people off, that somebody can't come to one of your pages and leave a comment without being attacked, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's just a shame, dude. You're better than this. I see this response right here on the Kansas Rebel Man's community page. And this is the wrong response, dude. That's totally the wrong response. I know you probably won't pay attention, but that is the wrong response. Man, you need to apologize to these dudes and say, listen, man, I know I said bad things about you. It's really, I shouldn't have done that. I don't know what I was thinking. That should be your response, not just more negativity. Because I'm going to tell you something, Ryan, you're going to get the same results. Less people are going to be interested in what you got to offer if it's always this negativity and you not willing to admit there are other talented people in the world besides yourself. I mean, that's just, so that's my 2 cents. You can take it for what it's worth, but I guarantee you I'm right. I guarantee you I'm right. And it's just a shame that we couldn't have seen Luke Combs sitting on the Joe Rogan podcast going, man, did you see that song I did with Ryan Upchurch? Isn't that awesome? It's just a shame. And it's a shame that Chase doesn't feel like he, can say, hey, Ryan Upchurch, great guy. Look at everything he did for me, because you slandered him and you tried to destroy his career. So what do you expect him to say now? I think he's doing the right thing, saying nothing at all. So, we make our bed. I guess we got to sleep in it. But man, I can't believe you got the gall to act like they are doing you wrong somehow by not saying anything when you've been slandering them, right? And if you wonder why Tom McDonald's got 1 million views in one day, go check out how cool his fans are to people. They're not out here attacking people and slandering people. So take it for what it's worth.